Hi everybody, it's Glacia. I'm doing my dishes right now, so if you hear funny noises, that's what that is. This is going to be my first official pregnancy week update. It's a little late, but maybe not. I don't know. So the first day of my last period was June 1st, which was a Saturday. So 16 days ago. And I was counting on a 29-day cycle, so that would put the first day of my next period to be June 30th. And that means that I could have calculated my ovulation 14 days back from then and gotten the 16th, which was yesterday. Earlier in the week, I wasn't exactly sure if my cycle might not be shortening. It has been really erratic lately, kind of hard to predict. The 29 is an average out of the last two cycles that I've had. The last cycle that I had was a 27 day, and the one before that was a 31. So, like I said, it's all over the place. So, earlier in the week, I thought on Thursday, which was the 13th, I thought that maybe I was going to be ovulating. I was having some really thick mucus, and I was like, oh, here it comes, and I was like horny as a three-peckered billy goat. So the timing didn't work out though between Doug and I, and we didn't actually get to try to do anything until Saturday. When I was still horny as a three-peckered billy goat, but a little less optimistic. But looking back on it, I may have just been coming into heat, shall we say. Because last night, which was Sunday the 16th, at about 10 o'clock or so, I almost always ovulate in the evening, like at night, like right around the 10 o'clock time frame. I started having the most terrible cramps. And I could feel my lower abdomen go brrrr. Oh, it was awful. It was bad bloating. So, anywho, there was some pretty intense cramping and some little interspersed sharp pains on the right hand side. The reason I think that it was ovulation pain and not gas is that I didn't eat anything yesterday that would have given that sort of problem to me, given me gas or anything like that. A lot of times if I eat a lot of sugary foods or stuff that's really high in saturated fats, just the less healthy it is, the more it makes me gassy. Which is kind of funny, I think, because I know a lot of people, who are used to eating stuff like that don't have that problem, but then when they start eating raw fruits and vegetables, it gives them gas. So, I know that different nutrients and different foods and different macros have different effects on the GI, but sometimes I wonder if foods can have different effects on different people just because of what they're used to. So, I didn't eat anything out of the ordinary yesterday that would, give me nasty cramps or anything like that. So the only, reasonable explanation other than that is that I had ovulated. And because that matches up perfectly with the calculation that I had made, I'm going to go with that. And be optimistic that when we had sex on Saturday the 15th and then again on Sunday the 16th that he might have got me. I know that there's a process that semen has to go through. I forget what it's called, but human semen has to mature before it's able to ovulate an egg. So, which is why it's best to have sex before you ovulate, because it gives the semen a chance to go through it. I think it takes 12 hours or something like that. I'm not a doctor. It's just what I've hered. It takes time for the semen to be able to mature enough to actually fertilize the egg. Not unlike dogs, who the female, when they ovulate, the egg's not actually mature enough to be fertilized. So it has to sit around for a little while until it's, you know, ready to play, and then the semen wake up and fertilize it. That's not how it works in humans, but it's kind of the opposite. Has always been my understanding, is that, you know, human semen has to mature much in the same way that canine eggs have to mature before they can actually be fertilized. Little Jew with knowledge there. So, I am very, very hopeful. This morning I woke up and I have a giant zit right there and another giant zit on my cheek, and I'm like, oh, I totally ovulated. Every time something happens in my cycle, I break out really, really bad. You know, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's like, ooh, ovulation, or if it's like, ooh, period, you know, or ooh, we had a baby, you know, but the bigger it is, the bigger it is. I'm sure some of you can sympathize with me. And those of you who can't, I am so jealous. Anyway, so there you have it. I think that is about all I had to say. I guess if we did actually conceive, I would be 14, 2 weeks and 2 days right now. Even though it's very possible, if not even really very likely, that the sperm and the egg may not have even met yet if I was just ovulating, you know, 10 hours ago, 12 hours ago. They may not have even shaken hands yet, but I guess next week I will do another update on this and see if maybe we have some sort of indication that there's been some, you know, implantation or something like that. I experienced a lot of early pregnancy symptoms a lot earlier with my second child than I did with my first, so I would assume that trend would continue, and I would continue to experience them early, if not even earlier than with Vivian. What I've learned is that, you know, the more you go through that kind of stuff, the more you become aware of your body and what's going on, which is interesting because right now I have this weird, like, tingling feeling, like, in my lower abdomen that is completely dissimilar to anything that I've experienced recently during an ovulation or after an ovulation. So I'm really hopeful that maybe because I'm feeling something different, that means that, you know, maybe it worked. But this is our first month trying, and so we're not going to get too overly crazy optimistic. We're gonna be cautiously optimistic for now. And if it worked, that's great. And if not, then we get to have more baby making sex, which is always good. So I need a towel. This is Glacia, and I will see you guys next time.